TCI Channel 63 presents the TCI Sports High School Basketball Game of the Week.
Tonight, we're at Dondero High School in Royal Oak for a game between the Dondero Oaks and the Kimball Knights. Hi, I'm Dave Jones along with Brian Gordon, and tonight, Brian, we've got a crosstown rivalry between the Dondero Oaks and the Kimball Knights. And it's that time when you can throw out records because crosstown rivalries can be quite intense.
No doubt about it, Dave. It should be an exciting game. I'm looking for a very physical game. After talking with both coaches earlier this evening, both said that, like you said, you can throw those scores out, throw out all the records, and just let them play.
Now, Dondero is so far winless this season, but a win tonight against the Kimball Knights could make their season.
Oh, yeah, just like when I talked with Coach Lewis at Kimball before the game, he was saying, you know, if Dondero gets a chance to get the bragging rights across town, this is something that these kids will remember until they're 50, 60, 70 years old.
Okay, once again, a crosstown rivalry between the Dondero Oaks and the Kimball Knights, and we'll be back with tonight's tip-off right after this.
Excuse me, do you wear your safety belt?
Why, no, I don't wear my safety belt.
Thank you.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
Okay, we're back here at Dondero High School for tonight's Game of the Week. I'm Dave Jones along with Brian Gordon. And Brian, tonight, crosstown rivalry between the Oaks and the Kimball Knights.
Oh, yeah, it should be an exciting one. We talked with the coaches. They're both looking for an extremely well physically played game. And
okay,
that's pretty much about it.
And here are last year's records. Kimball overall was 9-12. Dondero last year 1-13 in the league, 2-19 overall. And for this year, Kimball currently 8-4 in the league, 12-4 overall. And the Dondero Oaks, as we can see, are winless, 0-12 in the league, 0-15 overall.
Oh, yeah, it's got to be really difficult for the kids to almost show up for practice sometimes when the record's 0-15. So, you know, these kids, they're really not losers. They're definitely winners. They're pushing hard, and again, a big win today against the Knights would be extremely exciting for them and probably make their season.
Okay, and here tonight's starting lineup. For Kimball, starting at forward, Allman and Cox. At center forward, guard are Nichols and Irwin. For Dondero, Sachs at forward along with Mackey, Drinkwine at the center. Dinkelman and Tillotson are the guards for the Dondero Oaks. And the Oaks control the tip of the game, and they come down and set up their offense. And let's see if the Oaks can draw blood first. A score, nice drive down the lane. And that was number 22, Paul Sachs, scoring for the Oaks to open up the game, Brian.
Oh, yeah, he took it right to the lane. There's no doubt about it. He took it as hard as he could, drove hard, and got the roll from the rim.
And the referee has just called a foul on number 52. That's Terry Drinkwine of the Oaks. And the Kimball Knights will be inbounding the ball. And crosstown rivalries are always tough, and right away we see the Oaks, even though they're 0-15, they scored first. Kimball Knights now with the ball. They're moving the ball around out front, being patient. They're taking their time here. And Brian, when you look at the size of the Kimball Knights, you see they have a distinct size advantage over the Oaks.
No doubt about it. Probably at each position, 2, 3, sometimes 4 inches. So it should be a little bit of a challenge there for the Dondero Oaks.
Let's see if the Oaks can score again and take a 4-0 lead. Bad pass by Sachs inside. That was stolen away by the Kimball Knights, and the Kimball Knights bring the ball up to court. They kind of set it up once again, taking the time. There's a drive down the lane. Rebound coming off to the Oaks. And that's Terry Drinkwine with the ball out front for the Oaks. And the Oaks are going to be patient, try and get a good shot here. Number 22, Paul Sachs out front with the ball in the corner. Oh, that was a vicious pick there, but no call by the referee.
Yeah, it looks like the ref's going to let him play right from the start.
Chris Tillotson made that shot. It's 4-0 by the Oaks right now.
Jumping off to an early lead.
So as we said, throw records out the window. Crosstown rivalries, you never know.
Let him play.
Kimball Knights now taking their time. Setting bad pass inside, stolen away by the Dondero Oaks. That was number 52, Terry Drinkwine, coming away with that steal.
Yeah, he did a nice job of fronting his man down low, getting up and getting that ball.
And that's Chris Tillotson out front handling the ball for the Oaks. Paul Sachs now setting up. And as we can see, the Oaks are taking their time, using good patience. And the referee calls a foul. That's number 33, Kevin Nichols, with the foul.
Yeah, it was a little bit far away from the basket. I don't know if that was a real good move by Kevin to come that far out and hack him that high up and that far away from the basket.
Okay, the Dondero Oaks will inbound the ball. And there's the coach for Dondero. Oh, look like we're going to have a double dribble. Yep. And the ball will go out to the Kimball Knights. Looks like the Oaks are going to come with some full court pressure here.
Yeah, that's what Coach Barrett was saying before the game. He says we're going to try to put a little pressure on them, force some turnovers early. Hopefully some things will go our way.
And we just got to look at the head coach for Kimball, Tom Daniels. And the Knights come down. Looks like they're going to score their first bucket, and they do.
Good inside move. Went up strong, pump fake, got this defender off his feet, and hit the shot.
And that was number 43, Tom Allman, scoring the first bucket for the Kimball Knights. Inside, the Oaks score another basket.
Nice job of moving the ball around the floor. Someone left a man.
And once again, the Oaks come with the full court pressure, but the Knights break it easily, and they go in for a nice score. That's number 25, Nick Ford, scoring for the Kimball Knights.
Yeah, Nick recognized that he had a 2-on-1, took the ball to the hole, made his man commit, and hit the layup.
And now the Kimball Knights come with some half-court pressure. But the Oaks, they break it easily. In the corner, Paul Sachs, and that's a three-pointer.
Looks like the Knights came out in a 1-3-1 half-court trap like Coach Lewis was saying before the game.
And the Dondero Oaks, even though they are 0-15, are leading the Kimball Knights right now by 5. The score is 9-4. And once again, the Oaks come away with a nice steal on the inside there.
Looks like Nichols tried to do a little behind-the-back pass, found himself a Dondero Oak instead of a Kimball Knight.
Chris Tillotson out front now for the Dondero Oaks. Pass inside, doesn't get there, but then it does. And so far in this first quarter, the Dondero Oaks are shooting 4 of 4, 100% from the field. The Kimball Knights are 2 and 4. They're shooting 50%, and that's pretty good shooting.
100%. Well, maybe they'll be able to do it all night. What do you think, Dave?
Well, if they can do it all night, I think they'll come away with their first win.
I think so, too.
Chris Tillotson out front now. He's got a trap coming at him, but he gets through it. And that's Sachs once again from three-point land. This time he doesn't put it down. And the ball will go out of bounds to the Kimball Knights. It looks at those number 44, Jeff Dinkelman, was going to come away with that rebound, but the ball went out of bounds. Kimball Knights now have it.
Number 45, Pat Hughes, just checked into the game. He's one of the leading scorers.
Oh, look at the sign that came down.
All that hard work of the cheerleaders.
And look at the Dondero Oaks applying pressure out front. Nick Ford on the inside. Nice pass. Beautiful pass by Nick Ford. And dropping in the bucket, that's Tom Allman for the Kimball Knights. Once again, the Knights come with their half-court pressure. Sachs drives down the lane, puts it up, but it doesn't go in. Oh, Sachs with nice hustle on the inside. Got the rebound, and he drew a foul going up for the shot.
Yeah, he's going right to the hole here. What happens is that the Knights didn't get position on the rebound here, and he goes up for the ball. He's got to squeeze a little bit harder. Good hustle by Dondero to get that ball.
And Paul Sachs will go to the line now, shooting 2. Nice form there on that foul shot. Paul Sachs sinks the first one. Paul Paul Sachs, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, gives his team an 11-6 lead here with 3:31 to go in the first quarter. And the Kimball Knights now bring the ball up court. Looks like the Oaks have gone to a man-to-man defense. Nice defense there by number 52, Terry Drinkwine, knocking the ball out of bounds. And checking into the game for the Kimball Knights, I believe that was number 53. That's Andy Irwin. The referee's got a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Chris Tillotson.
Here he takes the ball right to the hole. Man slides right across, try to a little help defense, but the problem is he leaves his feet. You don't always want to leave your feet down the paint like that. Usually you bring your hand forward, referee's sure to call foul.
And now they're going to put Alfonso Cox at the line to shoot. And they're going to give him 2. And Cox gets the friendly roll, and his first one drops through. We're going to have a violation on the Dondero Oaks, so Alfonso Cox will get another shot coming.
Looked like a little bit of a hesitation on Elf. That is his nickname, by the way, Dave. Elf. That's what they call him.
Is that what they call him,
yeah,
Elf?
Yeah, they call him Elf over there at Kimball. A little hesitation on his shot.
Let's see if Elf can put this one down. No, he's 1 of 3, and we've got the lucky number score up. It's 11-7. The Dondero Oaks leading here in the first quarter. Chris Tillotson out front now for the Oaks. They go inside. Nothing's there, and Kimball Knights steal the ball away. Oh, a nice drive, but the shot doesn't go in. But a nice rebound in the bucket for Nick Ford. Looks like he's going to go to the line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Nick did a nice job of hustling down there on defense, or on offense. Really worked hard. Pat Hughes goes up hard right here. Man tries to draw the charge, but Nick Ford's right there. Goes up strong, which is what he's got to do. Draw the foul and hits the bucket. Great job.
That's what you want your player to do when he gets that rebound down there in the paint. Just take it back up strong. Nick Ford misses the foul shot, though, and the Oaks come away with the rebound. We've got under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Paul Sachs open from 3-point land. Doesn't get it to go down. That's Andy Irwin bringing the ball up the court for the Kimball Knights. 3-pointer coming, no good. And the Kimball Knights. Pat Hughes with a nice shot. Beautiful shot off the dribble.
Pat's one of their best shooters that they have on the Knights.
And Pat Hughes is averaging about 16, 17 a game. One of the leading scorers here for the Kimball Knights.
Here comes the Knights in their 1-3-1 half-court trap. It's been very effective for them all year.
Paul Sachs now up front. He steps out of bounds, and the referee was right on it. And the Kimball Knights, they started out kind of slow, but they've evened up the score here. It's 11-11 in the first quarter. And the Kimball Knights now come down with the ball. Andy Irwin handling out front for the Knights. Here's Pat Hughes. He just made that last shot. Kimball Knights got a little weave going. Beautiful rebound by Andy Irwin. Didn't get it to go down, but a nice rebound. There's Alfonso Cox now on the floor. And coming away with the rebound for the Oaks, that was Paul Sachs. Chris Tillotson makes a fake. Here's Tillotson driving to the lane. Air ball that time. And now the Kimball Knights. Andy Irwin bringing the ball up for the Knights. Set up in half-court
Good defense. Good defense.
And we're going to get a foul. That one's going to go against number 50 for the Dondero Oaks. And I'm looking for a 50 on my roster, and I don't see one.
That's Brad Richardson. He's a junior. He's a big boy, too.
Let me ink Brad Richardson on my roster here so we can call his name. Beautiful inside move by Andy Irwin. Chris Tillotson come away with the rebound. As he pulls up, takes the jumper, but it doesn't go down. And there's Tillotson out front. Tillotson handling the ball against pressure. Drives down the lane. And the ball will go out of bounds to the Dondero Oaks.
Tillotson did a nice job at driving down lane, splitting the defenders. When you get into a trap like that, that's what you want to do right here. Splits the defenders, dishes it off. Nice job of penetration.
And we've got a traveling call, and the ball will be inbounded by the Kimball Knights. Less than a minute to go here, 39.6 seconds in the first quarter. The score is tied 11-11. There's Andy Irwin against the trap. Nice steal. And the Dondero Oaks now have a fast break, 3-on-3. They do not get the layup to go down. That was Jason Mitchell. Alfonso Cox, beautiful shot off the glass.
Took him 1-on-2, took it right to the hole.
And the Dondero Oaks in this first quarter opened up strong. They made their first 4 shots, but they missed their last 6. So let's see if they can get hot again. Alfonso Cox with the rebound.
No shot.
Time runs down.
Nice job by Pat Hughes on defense right there, blocking the shot.
And the Dondero Oaks opened up strong. They came out and they had a 5-point lead at one point. They made their first 4 shots, but they've missed their last 6. And the Kimball Knights, they just kept plugging away, and eventually they are coming away with the lead here in this first quarter at 13-11.
Looks like what they did is the Knights, they made a couple key substitutions. It was real nice that they could start all 5 of their seniors today. It is a crosstown rival, and it is bragging rights. So it is something that maybe these kids might be able to tell their own kids, saying, hey, I started in that game.
This month on Roadshow Video, Brad and Pat traveled to Industry in Pontiac to witness Nocturnal Fest. That's tonight on Roadshow Video, following the game at 9 p.m. on Channel 63. And this is typical of a crosstown rivalry. Even though the Dondero Oaks are 0-15, they're hanging in there.
Oh, I'll tell you, they've really come out and played some good, solid defense, put a lot of pressure. And I'll tell you, they're getting 2nd and 3rd shots down low in the paint, which is very key in a basketball game.
And we saw Paul Sachs hit, I think it was 1 3-pointer. It looks like he's got a nice shot.
Oh,
so maybe
beautiful.
if he can get hot, he can help carry this team to a victory tonight.
Oh, if anything, on emotion.
And we're ready for the start of the second quarter. Kimball Knights inbounding the ball. And into the game for the Knights, we've got some new faces. I see number 15, Dan Paulsgrove. And number 41, Keith Dacko. And the Dondero Oaks now into their half-court offense. Out front, that's Jeff with that Terry Drinkwine for the Dondero Oaks to Chris Tillotson.
It looks like you got a little way with a drag of the foot there.
And it looks like the Oaks are trying to be patient, looking for that good shot. Tillotson made a nice drive down the lane, but the pass just wasn't a good pass.
Nice tip in.
And that was number 15, Dan Paulsgrove with the tip.
For a 6'1" guard, he sure does get up, doesn't he, Dave?
Yes, he did. And now the Kimball Knights are applying that half-court pressure, slowing the game down for the Oaks. There's Paul Sachs taking that 3-pointer. Drinkwine now with the ball. And Chris Tillotson out front against the half-court pressure of the Kimball Knights. Looks like the Oaks are having a little bit of trouble solving this half-court trapping defense by the Kimball Knights. Drinkwine now with the shot, gets it to go down.
Nice jumper. Very smooth. Nice release.
And that pulls the Oaks to within 2. And that's Paulsgrove out front now for the Kimball Knights. Goes to Dacko. Dacko with a nice feed into Andy Irwin. Andy Irwin, beautiful turnaround jumper down on the block.
Very nice shot. Looks like he got away with a little bit of an elbow.
And it looks like Andy Irwin is one of those players that can play multiple positions.
Yeah, he's done that all year, Dave. He's played point guard, center, forward. Anything you ask Andy to do, he'll do for it.
Okay, I see they had him at the start of the game. He was playing guard, bringing the ball up. Just there, he's down on the blocks playing forward.
What's going on there is that Dondero's, the man who's covering Andy, is much smaller. So what they've done is they've gone down low, they post him up, and then there's an easy turnaround jumper for him.
And next week, it's going to be our final regular season game of the week. TCI Sports travels to Ferndale as the Eagles take on the Berkeley Bears. It's always a great matchup next Saturday and Monday at 7 p.m. on Channel 63. And we're here in the second quarter, timeout on the floor. And what do you think that cheerleader's looking at there, Brian?
Well,
she's got a rather intense look on her face.
She's probably looking for a boyfriend. Said he was going to come.
Yeah, where is he, right?
He's supposed to bring me something for a hot dog.
Let's just hope he doesn't walk into the building with another girl.
Well, you know those high school boys.
6:03 to go here in the second quarter, and we're ready now for play to resume. And the Dondero Oaks will be inbounding the ball. And on the floor for the Oaks, we've got Dinkelman, Drinkwine, Tillotson, Paul Sachs, and Tom Mackey. And once again, the Kimball Knights come out with that half-court pressure. And it's been giving the Oaks a little bit of trouble, Brian.
Yeah, they are. Well, what's happened is that Dondero's holding on to the ball too long. They've got to move the ball against that press. Quick, very quick, sharp, crisp passes, break the zone down, and then get it down low.
It's Daco with the ball. Looks like he draws a foul. Let's see who the referee calls this one on.
Here it is. We got the replay right here. Paulsgrove with the ball, gets it down low to Daco. Daco all by himself. That's what the problem is. A little pump fake and a little reach in. Keith got good position on him. That was the key.
And that was Chris Tillotson with the foul. And the Kimball Knights now taking their time out front. Paulsgrove out front handling the ball for the Kimball Knights. And also into the game now for the Kimball Knights. Another sub came in on that timeout. That's Ahmed Abdullah, number 21 for the Kimball Knights. And so far we've seen quite a few substitutions for the Kimball Knights. Is that something that they do, Brian? They use their bench well?
Yeah, they move them in and out. It's very similar to what the coach at Iowa University does. He moves them in, keeps them fresh, and then if they need to run, they've always got fresh legs in there to do the running.
And the Kimball Knights being rather patient. Looks like the referee's going to call a blocking foul on that one.
Yeah, it looked to me like he was still moving his feet.
And that's going to go against number 44, Jeff Dinkelman.
Yeah, right here. See, Keith is just he's too big. They had to slide over and help him out on defense. They're just so much bigger there.
So this size could really wear on the Dondero Oaks as the game goes on.
Looks to me like the Kimball Knights are trying to get it inside. And you can see Keith Daco fighting for position down low here.
Oh, and the referee, he's going to call it on Daco there.
Well, he got away with a couple earlier.
The referee was going to get him eventually, huh?
Sooner or later, they always get you. Men in stripes.
And the Dondero Oaks now bringing the ball up. And once again, the Kimball Knights are going to come with that half-court pressure. And Chris Tillotson brings it up against the pressure. And the Oaks need a bucket. It's been a while since they've scored. That's Mackey with the ball out front. And the Oaks are trying to be patient. They're taking their time looking for that good shot. Chris Tillotson loose out front. Alfonso Cox.
Good rebound. Good second jump. Very similar to what Dennis Rodman does with the Pistons.
Here come the Kimball Knights now. Paulsgrove takes it down the lane. Beautiful shot. Lays it up nice and soft, and it drops in.
You got that shooter's touch. You get a little arc on the ball, hits the rim, rattles around, and they drop for you.
We've got a 19-13 score here in the second quarter with 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go. Dondero Oaks are trying to solve this half-court trapping defense by the Kimball Knights. There's Mackey. He's down on the blocks. That's a shot I think you got to look to take when you get it.
Oh, when you're only about 10 feet away from the basket, I think you got to let it go. Especially when you're fighting that far away from the basket. And there he goes and hits one.
Absolutely. So Mackey shows that he can hit that shot. So maybe the next time he gets the ball down there and he's open, he'll look to take it again.
Definitely going to help his confidence in his shooting.
And here come the Kimball Knights now with 3 minutes to go in the game. Looks like once again they're going to try to get it down low. They tried to feed it to Nick Ford, but the pass was a little too hot there.
They had a little fire on that one, didn't it?
That one probably would have burned his hands if he had taught it. And we've got coming into the game now for the Dondero Oaks. It's number 34, Steve Foster. Oh, beautiful
nice
steal by Ahmed Abdullah. He's taking it all the way. Nick Ford on the follow-up. And Nick Ford does what you want a player to do, which is trail the play, because you never know whether or not that lead player is going to make that layup or not. Paul Sachs drives in. Dinkelman for the shot. Here's Mackey with the rebound for the Oaks.
Nice, got good position to get that board.
Foster out front, passes it to Paul Sachs. Looks like Sachs is looking to try to score. He just hasn't been able to get a shot off.
Yeah, he did a nice job of taking the ball to the lane, collapsing the defense, making somebody help out. Here it is right here. He penetrates, forces another Knight to pick up his man, which frees another man. Unfortunately, he kicked the ball.
And Ahmed Abdullah sits down, and replacing him, Andy Irwin into the game. And it looks like the Knights are getting a little more aggressive with that trapping defense of theirs. Oh, beautiful spin move by Paulsgrove.
I think Irwin tipped that in.
Paulsgrove made a nice spin move. The shot didn't go down, but you have to applaud that.
Oh, yeah.
And the Oaks trying to solve the defense, but are having trouble. Really having trouble.
Yeah, it came right down on him.
There's Nick Ford with the foul for the Kimball Knights. We've got less than 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. 23-15 score with the Kimball Knights leading.
Yeah, right here, Nick being a little bit aggressive for that ball. Ended up coming right down on him. If they didn't call that, I don't know what.
And Tillotson was trapped in the corner, made a nice move on the baseline, but the referee said he steps out of bounds.
You know, I'm watching Tillotson play. He's got some good feet. I know you think he's a wide receiver for the football team this past year, and definitely has a lot of quickness and using it to his advantage.
And into the game now, Paulsgrove will sit down, and coming into the game for the Kimball Knights is number 33, Kevin Nichols. And so far here in the game, the Kimball Knights have committed 5 turnovers, and the Dondero Oaks 9.
That's quite a bit for one half.
And that's something the Oaks don't need to do, is commit turnovers. I think throwing up the air ball. And it looks like the referee has a foul on the rebound. And that foul will go against Paul Sachs.
Right here, Keith Dockel gets great position for the rebound. Boxing out, no one's boxing him out. Gets the ball, goes right up strong, little pump fake, little leaner, gets fouled. He'll go to the line and shoot too.
Beautiful move there by a big man. Use that pump fake on the inside.
Keith had a good year last year as a sophomore, played quite a bit. They're looking for big things out of him this year, and he's got it.
And there's Keith Dockel with one more shot to go. He's giving his team a 9-point lead here in the second quarter. Trying to up it to 10. And there's Paul Sachs with the rebound for the Dondero Oaks.
Nice rebound.
And the Oaks really need to get a score here. We don't want this game to get away from them. There's Sachs out front to Mackey. It looks like the Kimball Knights, have they gone to the man-to-man? Yes, they have.
Yeah, they sure have. Caused a little bit of commotion. I think Dondero's got to get a little bit more movement away from the ball. A lot of guys stand still.
And there's Chris Tillotson making that move on the inside. You know, I think Chris needs to look to try to go down the lane some. Like you say, he has quick feet. He handles the ball well.
Yeah, he's a little quicker than the man that's covering. He had to take advantage of it. He may do that in the second half, hopefully.
And so far here in the second quarter, the Dondero Oaks have only scored 4 points, and the Kimball Knights have scored 11. And we've got a 9-point lead by the Kimball Knights. It's 24-15 with 1:05 to go. And Going to the line now for the Dondero Oaks, that's Steve Foster. Let's see if he can cut into this lead. And he hits the first one. And that's something the Oaks have to do when they get to the line. They've got to make their foul shots.
A lot of times that'll make a difference in a basketball game and who makes the most free throws.
And so far the Dondero Oaks they were 3 for 3 until that last shot. They're now 3 for 4. And coming into the game now for the Dondero Oaks, that's number 44, Jeff Dinkelman, and sitting down is Steve Foster. And the Oaks will inbound the ball. And the Kimball Knights are coming with that trapping pressure.
Double team the ball wherever it's at.
There's Sachs going to Tillotson.
There's the trap.
And as you were saying, Brian, the Oaks need to move the ball more quickly. They've got to get that defense moving and try to hit the seams.
Well, you know, it's a zone trap, and like any other zone, the key is passing the ball. You can't hold on to it and allow the zone to adjust, and that's what they're allowing the Knights to do.
And the Knights have gone back to that 1-3-1 trapping zone defense. And there's Paul Sachs with a shot, and he puts it down. And we hadn't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, it was a beautiful jumper right with the man in his face. Nice follow through, hit it.
And the lead is now 6. It's 24-18. So if the Oaks can hold on defense here, they can be, I think they can feel pretty good to go into the locker room just being down by 6.
Oh, I'm definitely feeling good.
Here's Alfonso Cox drawing no basket. And Cox makes some nice moves also towards the basket.
He's been a big player for the Knights this year. Matter of fact, earlier this season, here's the replay. You can see he takes it right to the lane, collapses. The man's got to help out, but he takes it himself. 1-on-3. He's a strong boy. To finish my story, earlier this year he got up there and landed flat on his head. They had to take him out in a stretcher.
Wow. That had to be scary.
Yeah, when anything happens to any kind of a high school athlete like that, it is real scary.
Alfonso Cox now with one more shot coming. And he goes 2 for 2 at the line this time. There's Chris Tillotson bringing it up for the Oaks. Dinkelman, nice reverse layup.
Beautiful.
And we're at halftime here. Dondero High School with the Kimball Knights leading the Dondero Oaks 26-20. And Dondero came out in that second quarter and they were kind of lackadaisical there. Weren't able to, like you say, pass around the zone quickly and move the ball quickly. And they didn't score that many points. So they ended up, not scoring too many, and they're down now by 6, but I think they can feel good.
Oh, they're definitely still in this ball game. It's probably one of the closest games they've played all year. Like you said, being a game. Crosstown rival, just like a Michigan State game.
And we're here at halftime now with the Kimball Knights leading the Dondero Oaks 26-20.
Lots of time left in this football game.
Hey, how you doing? It's freezing out there.
It's been a year, man, but close the door.
Have a cup of coffee and warm your body.
Hey, Uncle Dan, whatever happened to that cute little puppy you had last
that
year?
cute little puppy's grown up. He stays in the backyard now. Hey, look at that line hold.
He's in for the end zone for the touchdown.
Animals need warmth and companionship, too.
And we're back at Dondero High School at halftime with the Kimball Knights leading the Dondero Oaks 26-20. And Brian, pretty good first half. The Dondero Oaks have to be satisfied with the fact that they're only down by 6. So let's take a look at the stats here. And as we can see, the Kimball Knights are leading them in field goal percentage, 48% to 40.
Yeah, just by 8%. I think Dondero's got to be extremely happy. They're only shooting 28% on the season and coming out and shooting 40% in the first half. They've got to be happy.
And the Oaks have done well from the free throw line, 3 to 4. So if they can get to the line more often, that may be something that can help them to cut into this lead.
No doubt about that.
And the start of the second half is underway. And that's Paulsgrove coming away with the steal for the Kimball Knights. And it looks like the referee's got a foul on the play as Keith Dockel was driving in for the shot. And it looks like the Kimball Knights will get the ball out of bounds. And that's Andy Irwin to inbound the ball. Pat Hughes taking a shot off the glass.
Nice shot.
Beautiful shot off the glass there by number 45, Pat Hughes, for the Kimball Knights to open up the scoring here in the second half.
I think he literally went over the top of number 20, Chris Tittleson, landing on his head.
And it looks like the Kimball Knights are going to start with that 1-3-1 trapping defense again. Looks like we've got a foul. This one's going to be on Alfonso Cox, I believe. And that is Alfonso Cox's foul.
Yeah, right. When they try to separate the trap right here, you've got to hold your ground. And Alf reaches in, and you can't do that. Every single time you do that, the Zebra's going to get you with the foul.
And the Dondero Oaks now with the ball. And I'll see if I can remember to call Alfonso Alf before the game is out, Brian.
You probably say that on his diploma.
Andy Irwin down the lane, makes the bucket, and he's going to go to the line to try and complete a three-point play. And there's a timeout on the floor. The Dondero Oaks have called time. And I don't think Coach Jerry Barak likes the fact that they've come out and that 6-point lead has now gone up to 10.
Right. Well, what they haven't got any offense going down at the other end. And they got 2 quick baskets. Before you know it, you're down 10.
And this Crosstown rivalry, like I said, started out intense, and the Oaks were riding on some emotion. They had a lead early in the first quarter, but as we can see, that emotion has waned, and the lead is now 10 points by the Kimball Knights. So let's see if the Oaks can muster up some more of that emotion and come back to cut into this lead, make a game of this. To keep on top of what's going on in Oakland County, tune into the Oakland Press Perspective. The editor of the Oakland Press, Neil Monroe, hosts this program, and you can watch it every Friday at 8:30 on Channel 63. We've got Andy Irwin going to the line, shooting one for the Kimball Knights. He's going to try to complete a 3-point play here.
Andy's a pretty good free throw shooter, too. You know, he's a guard. Like I said, he plays all 3 positions, guard, center, forward. He's got a nice touch from the line.
And as you said, Brian, a nice touch, and he puts it down.
Nothing but twine.
And here come the Dondero Oaks. And once again, the Kimball Knights are in that 1-3-1 defense, and the Oaks have yet to solve it.
You see, they're holding on to the ball right here, Dave, and they got to move it around. You can't dribble at one spot because you're allowing that trap to be set.
And into the corner, that's Mackey. And they're really not trying to attack the defense also. There's Paul Sachs. Just as I say that, Paul Sachs takes the drive down to the lane. He doesn't make the shot, and the Kimball Knights come away with the ball.
Oh, we got a charge.
And that was Alfonso Cox getting caught up in the air that time.
Yeah, he brings it down the lane here. Defenseman does a nice job of getting position, what Coach Barrich teaches them to do. Get position when a bigger man comes down the lane like that. Do a nice job.
Here come the Dondero Oaks once again, taking their time coming up and going against the 1-3-1 defense. And it looks like the Kimball Knights have switched up once again and gone man-to-man.
You'll see that a lot. The Knights will change defenses 2-3 times just in a 2 or 3 minute span.
And there's Drinkwine driving the lane. We've got a foul. Looks like it's going to be on Andy Irwin.
Yeah, he didn't get position, number 44. Went ahead and got good position right here. Goes over the shot. He boxes the man out. Doesn't do it. This will happen. Comes over the back.
And coming into the game now for the Kimball Knights, that was number 54. And that's Jeremiah Walters. And that's a big kid.
Oh, yeah. He's a sophomore. Close to 300 pounds. Plays tackle on the football team. Both ways at the same time.
Okay. And he's 6'7" and 290. And being called for the traveling, that was Paul Sachs as he tried to drive down the lane. So now the Kimball Knights will get the ball out of bounds. And it looks like the Oaks are going to bring some full court pressure.
Well, yeah, you know, you're down 11 points. You got to put some pressure on. You don't want to let this game slip away if you do have a chance to win it.
But it looks like that was just a token job of applying pressure. They really let the Kimball Knights just bring the ball up. And that was Daco trying to drive down the lane.
Well, they call for a blocking foul. I don't know about that. It looked to me like he had good position. He drives the lane here, steps across, gets good position, and he doesn't. They call him for a block. So you stand still.
And that foul went against Tom Mackey, and he did kind of put his shoulder into Dacko. Here's Pat Hughes out front from three-point land. In and out with the rebound, Andy Irwin. Dacko with the rebound, goes up strong, draws another foul.
Keith did a nice job of hustling for the ball there. Gets the board. Goes up strong. Key is none of the Dondero players are boxing out. You know, when you get bigger guys, you got to get them on your butt, get them out of the paint, force them out, so you got some room for rebounding, and they're not doing that right now.
And Dacko misses his first foul shot. And that foul was against Chris Tillotson of the Dondero Oaks. And Dacko goes 1 for 2 from the line. A 12-point lead here now for the Kimball Knights. And let's see if the Dondero Oaks will start to attack the basket. They can't continue to play catch out front. And there's Drinkwine going down the lane, and he makes 2.
Like I said, he's got great quickness, takes the ball right to the lane, and hits the 2.
And there's Andy Irwin. Nice feed on the inside to Jeremiah Walters.
What happened there, he went to the lane, was forced to get some help defense, left the big fellow alone for an easy lay-in.
And Jeremiah Walters takes up a lot of space there on the inside, but he shows us that he has good hands and a nice touch on the inside.
Sure does.
And here's Andy Irwin now coming down with the ball. And here's Alf driving the lane. Dacko with the rebound. Beautiful move on the inside.
Got to get some boxing out in there.
And if the Oaks don't start to box out, this size is really going to just wear them down.
You know, initially they're doing a good job of playing defense and hustling, but Kimball's getting those second and third shots, which you can't give up.
And there's Alf with the drive, and they're going to call a charging foul on Alfonso Cox.
That's his second charge in the last 2.5 minutes. He's got to learn to play a little more under control there, Alf. Here he comes to the lane. Man gets defense, good sound position, gets the call this time.
And the toughest call in basketball that time goes against Alfonso Cox. We've got less than 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 14-point lead by the Kimball Knights over the Dondero Oaks. And there's Paul Sachs. He's trying to score. He's trying to look for his shot, but he didn't take a good shot that time, Brian.
Yeah, he forced it up a little bit. Probably should have looked to make that second or third pass.
And the Kimball Knights now come down with the ball. There's Alfonso Cox. He sees an opening and goes for it. Lays it off the glass, and a nice shot and a nice drive by Alf.
Yeah, nice left-handed touch by him.
And the Dondero Oaks are going to have to call another timeout. They're going to try to figure out something so they can try to stop this onslaught.
Well, hopefully Coach Barrett will get them doing what they were doing back in the first quarter, playing aggressive defense, moving the ball.
Transition is a program designed to give perspective pertaining to African-American issues. Host Jeffrey Miller has conducted interviews with Louis Farrakhan, John Conyers, and Coleman Young. Watch Transition Saturday night at 10 on Channel 63. And as you were saying, Brian.
Yeah, hopefully we can get them back to moving the ball, playing solid defense, and playing aggressive.
Looks like some of the fans may be a little bit bored here with this 16-point lead.
Looks like she may need a cup of coffee or something.
Trying to stay awake as the Kimball Knights are leading here 38-22 in the third quarter. We've got about 3 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the third quarter. And let's hope that the Oaks can come up with a solution to attack this defense and score some points and maybe close in on this lead some.
You know, it wasn't but 2 years ago Dondero was one of the top 10 teams in Class A basketball. And it's been kind of a rough ride for Coach Barrett and his players. Last year going 2-19, and this year 0-15. They're accustomed to winning here at Royal Oak Dondero. Hopefully they'll be able to get back on track in the next couple of years.
And as you were saying earlier, Brian, the players show a lot of heart to continue to come out here and compete, even though they've yet to win a game this year.
Oh yeah, I've been part of a team that's been on that, and sometimes it's hard just to go to practice, but these kids, they got a lot of guts, a lot of drive, very typical kids over here at Dondero High School.
And coming away with the rebound for the Kimball Knights, that's Daco. And the Kimball Knights now come down with the ball. Out front is Andy Irwin, the man who plays all positions on the floor. And we've got a 3-second call that's going to go against the Kimball Knights.
Looks like Jeremiah Walters got caught watching the paint dry a little bit, huh?
Jeremiah setting up shop down there in the three-point land.
There he is. He goes to the baseline. Great drive by Kevin Nichols. Too bad we got a 3-second call.
And coming into the game for the Dondero Oaks is number 40, Tom Mackey. Also into the game, that's 32, Jason Mitchell. Drinkwine open corner, but he misses it. On the rebound, Jeremiah Walters for the Knights.
Oh, yeah, he went out and played defense out.
And there's Ford, nice fake, drives. Puts the shot off the glass, doesn't go down, but on the rebound, that's Keith Daco.
Again, second shot. Got to get him off the boards, fellas.
And once again, that height advantage is telling on the Dondero Oaks. And here's Mitchell to Drinkwine. Drinkwine is starting to look for his shot now. Nice fakes, and we're gonna have a foul on the floor. Let's see who the referee calls this one on. So he calls that on number 33, Kevin Nichols.
Yeah, using his quickness again, which is something I think we're going to see the rest of the game. Goes baseline, gets Kevin off his feet, forces it up right there. Did a nice job drawing it.
And there's Andy Irwin with a beautiful steal, and as he was going out of bounds, was able to push the ball back inbounds, and the Knights retain possession. There's Nichols out front with the ball. Nick Ford wide open. And once again on the board, the Kimball Knights. They just take it away.
Well, 3-4 inch advantage when it hurts you.
And so far here in this second half of the third quarter, the Kimball Knights are outscoring the Dondero Oaks 14-2.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the big guy, Jeremiah Walters, coming down the court. And the Dondero Oaks are shooting 1 of 9 from the field. That's 11%.
Well, the first quarter they shot nearly 100%. Now we're shooting 11%.
So it's been a quick downhill climb.
A little bit of a roller coaster ride.
And there's Jeremiah Walters with the rebound.
For a big fella, he moved extremely well with his feet. They've really worked on that this year with his quickness.
And there was Nick Ford getting the pass from Kevin Nichols. He went up for the shot, and he draws a foul.
Well, what started this is that Dondero's a little lazy getting back on defense. Kevin brings it up the floor, dishes, makes his man commit, and goes up strong by Nick Ford, foul from behind.
And the foul was called on number 44. That's Jeff Dinkelman for the Dondero Oaks. And going to the line shooting 2 is Nick Ford for the Kimball Knights. And speaking of field goal percentage in this quarter, the Kimball Knights are shooting 6 of 8, which is 75%.
I tell you shoot 75% in any game, you can beat anybody any day.
And there's no way you can stay in the game when you're shooting 11%.
That won't do it.
And Nick Ford has upped this lead now to 20 points. It's 42-22 with 1:44 to go in the third quarter here. Brian, this is a time that the Dondero Oaks have to do one thing, and that is look to attack the basket.
No doubt about it. We see a lot of their offense is 20, 25 feet away from the basket. That's not going to happen. You're not going to get those long shots. You're shooting 11%. You got to get the ball down low the best you can and hopefully get a high percentage shot.
Absolutely. And if not get a high percentage shot, at least maybe draw the foul and go to the foul line.
All right. We said that may be a key in this game, and right now Dondero hasn't had the opportunity to go with the charity stripe.
And coming into the game now for the Dondero Oaks is number 42, Sam Weiss, and this is our first time seeing him. And also number 52, Terry Drinkwine enters the game. And the rebounding here, as I say, the height telling the story on the Dondero Oaks as the Kimball Knights are leading the Oaks 10-2 and rebounding this half. And that's Nick Ford drawing another foul.
Well, you spent a lot of time at the free throw line today. Right here, he gets good position, a good entry pass down low because he's allowed to get position. Kevin does a nice job getting the ball in, gets his man on his hip and forces it up.
And coming into the game now for the Kimball Knights It's number 43, Tom Alleman. And the big guy sitting down, but he gave them some really good minutes in there, Brian.
Oh, you can tell by the smile on his face as he sits down. He really worked hard, did a nice job getting down the floor.
And Nick Ford is just adding to the lead here. He calmly sinks at second. The lead now goes to 22. A 44-22 score.
Let's see if we can get a little penetration, but there we go. We're going a little bit down low.
So let's see if the Oaks go ahead and attack the basket because they need some scoring, and they need it quickly. Here's Drinkwine driving and drawing the foul.
Just like we said, you know, you go to the lane, you're going to get some fouls. Now we hit the free throws, we may be in business. He goes right to the lane here, penetrates. Problem is the Kitako didn't cut off the baseline, allowed him to go baseline. You can't let a guy do that. You want to funnel him towards the key where you got some help defense.
And Drinkwine will go to the line to shoot two. The foul was against Nick Ford. And Terry Drinkwine needs to make these free throws because the Dondero Oaks have only scored 2 points this quarter. Make that 3. And also into the game now for the Dondero Oaks is number 14, Kevin Shaw. And this is his first action.
Nice pass by Kevin Nichols, get it down low. Kitako couldn't find the handle.
Let's see if the Dondero Oaks now can score another bucket here with less than a minute to go in the third quarter. And that's Jason Mitchell bringing the ball up. Gonna have a traveling call against Jason Mitchell.
What happens, he got a double team, forced him into the traveling call by putting that double team on him.
And here's Andy Irwin, the man for all positions for the Kimball Knights, handling the ball out front. Let's see if the Knights will hold for one. No, they don't. Daco saw an opening and said, let me take my jumper here, and it goes down. Oh, and once again, the Oaks come down and they lose the ball. Andy Irwin feeds inside to Nick Ford. Nick Ford puts it down. And we've got a 25-point lead. It's 48-23. And there's Mitchell driving all the way. Nice layup.
Like we've said time and time again, take the ball in the lane. Make them do something.
Got to. They have to attack the basket. Right now is one of those times you're down by 23 points. You only got 8 minutes to go. The thing you need a lot of shots at the basket, Brian.
Right. Well, we'll see if Dondero may come out in a press, maybe force some turnovers a little bit early here, and maybe get a couple quick baskets. We got Mitchell going to the basket, does a nice job. Highs it high off the glass. Got 3 guys on him. Outstanding job. It's like I said, took the ball to the lane.
Let's see if the Dondero Oaks come out here in this last quarter and just throw caution to the wind, come out with some full court pressure and try to attack the basket every time that they have the ball.
You know, we've been talking about Andy Irwin being the man of all trades, and that reminds me of a 1968 Detroit Tiger. Dave, can you tell me who that is, the man who did it all?
The man who did it all in '68 for the Tigers.
Came in and played shortstop for him.
That beats me, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm not much of a Tigers fan, okay? Next week, we'll get back to that, Brian. Next week, it's our final regular season game of the week. TCI Sports travels to Ferndale as the Eagles take on the Berkeley Bears. It's always a great matchup next Saturday and Monday at 7 p.m. on Channel 63. Okay, Brian, you got my curiosity going. Who is this Tiger?
I'll give you a hint. First name is Mickey.
Not Mickey Lolich.
Mickey Stanley.
Mickey Stanley.
The pitcher.
Okay. Like I said, not much of a Tigers fan.
Evidently not.
And especially not in '68. I used to root for the Cardinals.
Oh, he's out of town, man.
There's Drinkwine. He draws the foul. And that one's going to go against number 33, Kevin Nichols, for the Knights. And into the game also for the Knights is Ahmed Abdullah.
Right here, taking the ball to the lane like we've been talking about. Kevin doesn't get good defensive position, starts playing defense with his hands. Can't do that. You got to play with your feet. You got to get that reach in.
And Drinkwine is going to go to the line now for the Dondero Oaks. Shooting 1 and 1. And he misses it, so he won't get the second one.
And it's important to hit the front end of that one-on-one so you get a chance at second.
There's Ahmed Abdullah out front now handling the ball for the Knights. Goes into Nick Ford, and he's always looking to score. Referee says, no, you kind of shuffled those feet, Nick. So that's a traveling call against the Knights. And here come the Dondero Oaks. Down by 23 here in the fourth quarter. Tillotson loses his man, takes the jumper and puts it down.
Nice baby jumper by him.
I'm surprised, Brian. I don't see that full court pressure I thought we would see.
Well, I thought for sure we might see something like that too, but evidently Coach Barrich doesn't feel that his team's ready to go to a full court press as of yet.
And there's Chris Tillotson on the foul. Keith Dacko going down the lane. Let's see if they put him on the line.
Keith Dacko gets a nice reverse pivot here. He's got 3 guys on him on defense. Does a nice job of forcing up. That's something I think Dondero needs to do. Get that ball in the lane. I can't say it too many times.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now he's at the stripe. He's going to hit 2 or shoot 2.
They're giving him 1 and 1. But when you're making them, a 1 and 1 is like shooting 2. And there's the big guy, the referee there, who just called that foul. And Dacko makes them both. We've got 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And the Oaks need shots and they need buckets. And they need them quickly. Here's Abdullah coming down with the ball. Shoots it off the glass. Beautiful bank shot.
Oh, yeah. He looked the defender off with his eyes. The defender thought he was going to give the ball up. Instead, he hit the high arcer off the glass. Count it.
And there's Drinkwine out front for the Dondero Oaks. And Drinkwine looking to make a pass, but he takes the drive. Puts it up, and the rebound is to Nick Ford for the Kimball Knights. Dacko on the shot. Comes off to Aaron Kelly. He misses, and Drinkwine rebounds for the Oaks. And the referee's got a call. Let's see who this foul is going to go against.
Dondero does a nice job here getting the ball up the floor to start a fast break. Then we got 31 leaning into him with a reach. Like I said, you got to play defense with your feet, not with your hands.
And that was number 31, Aaron Kelly, drawing the foul. Into the game for the Kimball Knights, number 23, Mark Gunder. And he makes the first foul shot, so he'll get a second. And Dinkelman's at the line. He's got one more coming, and after that, he'll be going out of the game. And coming into the game now for the Dondero Oaks is number 34, Steve Foster. Sitting down will be Dinkelman. And the Kimball Knights still looking to score.
Nice job of boxing out there by number 22. Paul Sachs.
Here's Chris Tillotson out front now for the Dondero Oaks. And that's Ahmed Abdullah playing good defense, but knocking the ball out of bounds. There's Sachs setting up from three-point land. And Ahmed Abdullah comes away with the rebound for the Kimball Knights. And he's doing a great job of splitting defenders there coming down the court.
Dribbling that ball like it's a yo-yo.
Oh, Dacko, beautiful, beautiful left-hand layup.
Yeah, for a right-hander, nice left hand.
And that's something you love to see your kids do when they can shoot with both hands.
Yeah, you're going to play basketball at the varsity level. You got to learn to use both hands, both shooting and dribbling.
Here's Foster inside. And Ahmed Abdullah must be one of the smallest guys on the court now, and he's coming away with rebounds.
Well, a lot of the Dondero players, as you see, they're outside the three-point line. There's nobody down low looking to get an extra rebound or a second shot.
Okay, it's a traveling call. Abdullah made a nice feed on the inside there to Mark Gunder, but Gunder didn't put the ball on the floor, so he got called for the traveling. And back into the game,
the big fella,
Jeremiah Walters.
Here you can see here, he probably should have taken a SEMTA bus, might have been a little bit quicker.
If it had been quicker, maybe the referee would not have caught it, right?
That's right.
Referee's got another foul here. I think this one's going to go against Ahmed. And we've got another Kimball Knight player into the game, number 11, Brent Olson. This is his first action.
Hey, it's about that time, getting late in the game, you're up by a lot. It's time to start bringing in all the subs. Give everybody a chance to play.
And the Dondero Oaks don't take advantage of the 1-and-1, missing the front end once again. Less than 5 minutes to go here. It's a 54-29 score. The Kimball Knights leading. Aaron Kelly to Olson. Olson makes a nice move on the inside. Got his rebound. That was Brent Olson with good hustle there. He took a shot, went in, got his rebound, and then he went back up and drew the foul.
Yeah, he did something that all coaches tell you to do, and that is follow your shot.
Follow your shot.
You see here, he fires up his first shot, but he doesn't give up right here. He fouls a shot, gets the rebound, goes up strong, draws a foul. Now he gets a chance to shoot too.
And there was the big guy ready for that rebound if it had come off. And looks like Brent Olson's going to get his chance to make his first bucket. And coming into the game now for the Dondero Oaks, that's number 40, Tom Mackey. Sitting down, there's Paul Sachs. And Olson hits the first one, and that's his first score of the game. And the big guy on the inside with the rebound. Nice left-hand hook. Doesn't go down for him. And the Dondero Oaks will get the ball out of bounds.
Like I said, for a big guy, Jeremiah does a nice job of moving his feet, getting the rebound, and going up with the baby hook. Right there, the baby hook almost gets his third rebound. We got to get him off the boards. He's a big fellow, but you sure can box him out if you work hard enough.
And he gets off his feet pretty well also, Brian.
Oh, yes.
And we've got another foul that's going to go against the Kimball Knights. That one's against number 31. That's Aaron Kelly. And the Oaks will have another opportunity here to hit the 1-and-1, but they need to hit the front end of these 1-and-1s.
Yeah, you got to get that second opportunity, because if you miss a second, maybe get a second rebound, pop it in for a quick three-point play.
Sam Weiss misses the front end again on the 1-and-1, so they won't get the second one. And we've got 4 minutes to go here in the game. Kimball Knights with a big lead, 55-29. Oh, beautiful move by Jeremiah Walters on the inside. He just didn't get it to go down. Jeremiah didn't make that bucket, but he came back with the hustle to tie up the Oaks player there. Possession arrow in favor of the Oaks.
Yeah, right here, he gets the rebound. Or no, the ball slips away. But as you see, he's hustling down the floor, going back to play some defense, finds the defender on the floor, decides to help out and get the jump ball.
And here come the Oaks now. Let's see if they can get a score. The Oaks try to get it inside. There's Foster outside. And there's a rebound. He loses it out of bounds. That was number 42, Sam Weiss for the Dondero Oaks, going in strong for the rebound, but losing the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, on that trip down the floor, Dondero did a much better job of crashing the board.
And they try to feed inside to Jeremiah Walters, but a little bit out beyond his hand, and the ball goes out of bounds. And right into some of our equipment over there.
Hey, fellas, that thing costs money. You can't be throwing basketballs at it.
Here come the Dondero Oaks. 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. Need to cut a little bit into this lead. And once again, another foul, and the Oaks will get an opportunity for the 1-and-1.
Dondero did a nice job of getting that ball down low. A nice entry pass, good passing angle, high percentage pass, nice bounce pass. It's easy to handle for the man down low.
And there's Sam Weiss at the line shooting 1-and-1. And it looks like there's a deficiency for the Oaks, their free throw shooting, Brian.
Yeah, I tell you, like I said earlier in the game, a lot of times it comes down to free throw shooting. Not necessarily with this big of a margin, but if you get into a tight one, you got to hit them.
It looks like they're going to call the big guy over the back.
Yeah, I think you could have used a ladder to get over the top of him.
Jeremiah Walters.
Good hustle there. As you can see, they're moving the ball very well. Not letting the defense get set. Jeremiah goes over the top. I don't know, maybe not so much. They didn't get a body on him.
And Brad Richardson is going to the line now for the Dondero Oaks. And the Oaks here in this fourth quarter are shooting 2 of 6, 33% from the field. And the Kimball Knights once again shooting 75% from the field.
You shoot 75%, you're gonna win a lot of basketball games.
And Brent Olson looks like he's got a nice form on that jumper, Brian.
No doubt about that. Count them, Dave. 3 opportunities to score.
And you can't give a team that many chances.
Good pass, good pass.
Brad Richardson lays it in for the Dondero Oaks. And the clock is running down. We've got 2:16 to go here in the fourth quarter. 3-pointer coming for the Kimball Knights. Brent Olson on the board and showing good hustle. Number 23, Mark Gunder, puts that one down.
Well, that looked pretty smooth.
Less than 2 minutes to go. And the Oaks will get the ball out of bounds. Coming into the game now for the Oaks, we've got Paul Sachs, Drinkwine, and also number 44, Jeff Dinkelman. And sitting down, there's the big guy.
Very happy today. Nice. Good job by Jeremiah today.
And we talked about that height advantage of the Kimball Knights, Brian. And they lead in rebounding in this second half, 22-6 over the Oaks.
Well, it's been second and third shots. Dondero got a second shot right there. That's good.
And here comes the Kimball Knights. Ahmed making a nice feed to Olson. So Olson draws the foul. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And I guess the big guy is going to be sitting down for the rest of the game on us here, Brian.
And he's going to take a little break. Ahmed does a nice job of penetrating and causing a 3-on-1, dishing the ball to the open man and getting the foul.
Oh, that one goes in and out for Brent Olson. And he concentrates and puts the second one down. 59-31. The Kimball Knights leading the Dondero Oaks. There's Drinkwine trying to drive down the baseline. He does, puts it up, and he puts it down.
Did a nice job of getting the defenders off his feet with the pump fake, and then went up strong and got a nice easy 2.
And here come the Kimball Knights. About a minute now to go here in the game. And the Oaks trap and take the ball away. Referee calls a jump, and I think possession arrow is in favor of the Knights this time.
That was extremely unfortunate for the Oaks. Did a nice job of double teaming.
And there on the inbounds pass, they leave a man wide open, and that's number 43, Tom Alleman, scoring for the Knights. Less than a minute to go here, and the clock is running down. Paul Sachs drives down the lane. And the referee calls a foul, so Sachs will go to the line to shoot 1-and-1. And that foul is against number 43, Tom Alleman of the Knights.
Yeah, right here, we got him coming sideline. Nice pass. He wants to drive baseline, do a little pump fake, leaves the defender behind, splits the difference. That's what you want to do when you get into a trapping situation. Split the defenders, hopefully causing a foul.
And Paul Sachs puts in the first one, so he'll get one more coming. And Sachs sinks them both. And there's Drinkwine with a steal, and he goes up and draws the foul.
Good hustle by number 52, Terry Drinkwine. You see here, steals the entry pass, which you see a lot of guys in the NBA do. What happens is that the now offensive team gets a little bit lazy.
And there's one of our cameramen doing his job of bringing us the action on the floor. And Drinkwine misses the first one. He's got one more coming. And Drinkwine goes 1 for 2 this time. And we've got another player entering the game for the Dondero Oaks. That's number 40, Tom Mackey. And that was Foster. Playing defense up against Ahmed Abdullah. Brent Olson from three-point land.
Nice save.
And here come the Oaks now. There's Steve Foster with a breakaway. And he puts it down. Beautiful layup.
That was a highlight film. I think I wish Sports Illustrated was here to get that on the Michael Jordan video.
And I don't remember seeing another breakaway like that for the Oaks all game, Brian.
Well, they may have got one early in the first quarter when it was a little bit different situation. He does a nice job here, forcing the defender. Gets the reach in, goes up strong. Keeps both hands on the ball. That's key. A lot of times what younger players would do is they try to go in like Dr. J used to with one hand. He kept both hands on the ball and went up strong, got the foul and the bucket.
And he completes the three-point play. And coming into the game now for the Dondero Oaks is number 14, Kevin Shaw. And under 20 seconds to go. The clock is running down and the game is almost over.
Yeah, I think I see the fat lady in the corner starting to warm up.
Getting those vocal cords ready, huh?
I think so.
Look at Abdullah go up high. And the Knights lose the ball, so the Oaks will have one more opportunity to put a bucket in before this game is over.
Well, the Oaks have averaged 32 points a game this year, and they got 39 tonight, maybe 41. Not a bad day.
And here comes the final shot from Mackey. And tonight's game is over. It started out intense, as crosstown rivals do, but Brian, the height and just the experience and the better play of the Kimball Knights took over. And as you can see, we have a 61-39 score here.
I think what happened early on in the game is that the Oaks were riding on emotion. And the Knights obviously are a lot more of a deeper team. They can substitute more players in. The Oaks can't do that because they don't have as many players that they can play at the same caliber as their starters can. And I think that was a definite factor in tonight's game.
And we also saw the height of the Kimball Knights on the boards. You know, they just really took over and out-rebounded the Dondero Oaks. I mean, 22-6 in the second half with rebounds.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, Dondero needs to box out. It doesn't look like they've been able to do it all year. If they did, they would have seen a little bit today. When you're getting second and third shots, it's hard not to lose.
And here's the final score of tonight's game. The Kimball Knights defeating the Dondero Oaks 61-39.
You have to be away. You don't see enough of her and you know she misses you. You'd give her anything, but what she needs most can be the hardest thing to find. The time to talk about the hard decisions she faces, about why she shouldn't smoke. Talking to her is something that doesn't cost money, and it's the most valuable gift you'll ever give. Everybody needs help talking to their kids sometimes. Call for your free booklet on how parents can talk to their teenagers about smoking and other tough issues. The Family Course Consortium believes smoking shouldn't be a part of growing up.
Vince, that new dummy cam is great.
Yeah, it'll sure give people a whole new outlook on what it's like when you don't wear a safety belt.
think they'll get the picture.
You could learn a lot from a dummy. Buckle your safety belt.
And we're back at Dondero High School here in Royal Oak. Tonight's final score, the Kimball Knights defeating the Dondero Oaks by 61-39. And right now, Brian, let's take a look at the final stats of tonight's game.
As you can see, Kimball shot 22 of 52, 42%, and Dondero 17 of 44, 37% total. Not a bad day for the Oaks, but I think a lot of that good shooting went on early in the game. Towards the middle to the end of the game, they didn't quite have it.
And also with the turnovers, you see the Dondero Oaks had 17. It looks like it's close, but most of the turnovers for the Kimball Knights came late in the game after they had kind of emptied out their bench.
Oh, no doubt about it. At the end of the first half, they only had 5, which is an incredible statistic for the Knights.
And once again, the 56% shooting from the free throw line, and a lot of those were misses at the front end of the 1-and-1.
Oh, yeah.
So that's something that definitely hurt the Dondero Oaks tonight. And for tonight's scoring leaders for the Kimball Knights, Keith Dacco scored 14 points, and Paul Sachs with 11 points for the Dondero Oaks.
And Keith Dacco was a guy who didn't even start the game.
Okay, and let's take a look now at the scoring by quarters. And as we can see, the Dondero Oaks only won one quarter, which was the last one. That was 14-13. And like we said, once again, the Kimball Knights had emptied out the bench. And look at the difference here, Brian, that second and third quarter difference of the scores.
Yeah, Dondero did a nice job in the first, second, and fourth quarter on defense, but the key was the third quarter. When you only score 5 and give up 22, you can't expect to win many basketball games.
And next week, it's going to be our final regular season game of the week. TCI Sports travels to Ferndale as the Eagles take on the Berkeley Bears. It's always a great matchup. Next Saturday and Monday at 7 p.m. right here on Channel 63. And once again, tonight's final score of the game between the Dondero Oaks and the Kimball Knights. The Kimball Knights defeating the Dondero Oaks 61-39. I'm Dave Jones for Brian Gordon and the rest of the TCI crew saying thanks for watching and good night.